Okay, guys, so this is the last day for module 1. And without much ado, we're already past the start time. So we'll get right into it and end this week's module, right? Before I go into what we're supposed to do today, let me know if you have any question regarding what we discussed yesterday or any other thing that you want to clarify from the content that we had discussed during the entire week. Anyone has any question before I proceed to the content for today? Okay, I guess you guys are good so far. Are you guys seeing my screen? I'm sharing my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
We're seeing it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
So we're going to be looking at today's content. We're going to be looking at WhatsApp. Okay, so we will start off with the WhatsApp application. Now, to access the WhatsApp application, again, it's like an application which we had spoken about yesterday, where you download the application on your device. And of course, it's also considering that you have an account created, whether it's an email address, you could have used your Facebook account as well for WhatsApp, right? So for you to be able to use the application, we need to have an account created, okay? So just a quick overview on the application. As I had shared yesterday, WhatsApp's purpose, the main purpose for the WhatsApp application is for communication, okay? And you'll notice that the features available in the application is basically to promote that, to promote efficient and easier communication with your contacts or whoever it is that you want to communicate with. So what are some of the features or the options that it provides us for communication? Well, first of all, it started off with text messages. So we can send WhatsApp messages from one person to another. We can also share pictures. We can share, of course, also videos that we have available in our phone or on our gallery. It also gives us the ability to record a voice message. Gives us the ability to record a voice message. So it's not just typing in a message, but we also can record a voice message. And it gives us the ability to make calls, whether it's voice calls or video calls. It allows us to do all of that, right? So these are not the only features available, but I have listed here those that are the most used features for in WhatsApp by various users, right? So when it comes to sending messages on WhatsApp, you can either let me know by using the raise hand feature, or you can send me a message via chat as well. Let me just open this here. How many of you know how to send a WhatsApp message? Or a text message or a Facebook message? Okay. So I'm seeing that most of us are familiar with the messaging feature of the application, right? And sending messages, the process or the steps to do so is similar when we use Facebook Messenger, or if we use, in this example, Zoom, right? We're using the chat option. It's like sending a message to another person as well. Okay, so it's not very different when it comes to sending a message via WhatsApp. Okay, so what I want to focus on right now is the creation of group chats, right? Group chats. So when it comes to communicating one-on-one, you and another person, we can use individual chat messages to send either pictures, videos, or audio, as we had seen in the previous PowerPoint slide, okay? But one of the reasons why WhatsApp has also become popular is the group feature. So it allows us to create groups where, and the purpose for creating groups could be for any purpose, right? It could be for your organization, it could be for your family, it could be for your friends. As of late, a lot of people are using it for work purposes. So the idea behind the groups is so that you can concentrate communication and collaboration within that one group, right? So instead of sending individual messages to different people from that group, we just create a group chat and we do the communication there. So the group chats in WhatsApp allows us to send messages with more than 200 people at once. So the groups could be up to 200 people. It could be composed of more than 200 people at once, sorry. Right, so it allows us to just create groups and we could determine how many people will be part of that group. And as I have here, as well as I had mentioned, it's for any type of groups that you can create these group chats. So how do we go about creating these group chats in WhatsApp, right? So I have a short video clip here that will give, it's a small demo on how we can go about creating a group chat using WhatsApp, right? And again, this is assuming that you already have the persons or the people in your contacts list or saved on your phone as a contact. Okay. Let me just ensure here that the audio is connected. Okay. And that you're able to hear the voice recording, the audio. Okay. So I will be introducing. Hopefully the audio is not too low here. How to go about and create a WhatsApp group. Okay, and I'm going to use this video because it demonstrates the process that you need to follow on your device. So let me navigate video. What you're looking at here is your WhatsApp application. So remember when we open our WhatsApp application, this is what we do. If for some reason we are not in this location, just make sure that you are selecting chats
to get this same view. Okay. If you are on your device, follow.
You guys hear the audio?
No, not too
No,
clear.
no.
it's very low.
Very low.
It's very low.
Not hearing.
I can hear it, but I think maybe on the other devices it might be lower.
Okay. Let me try to see if there's the volume. Let me just mute this and I will do an actual voiceover of the video.
Along
That way.
so
Okay, guys, so I'll work along with the video and just do a voice along or voice over with the video. Okay, so basically what this is doing, again, it is introducing us to creating our group on WhatsApp. So this view here, you might be familiar with this view already. And this is where you can see your individual chat boxes or individual chats, right? So again, it depends on who you've been chatting as of late. The most recent chat box will appear at the top of your device. So to create a group, we need to be here where it says chats. Okay, this is where we are to create our group. So we ensure that we are under chats. We just tap there, or as long as we're seeing our chat boxes, then that means we are in the chat area. Okay. So I will play this here so you can see. So next, what it is going to show us is these three little dots on the top right-hand corner. Okay, so you should be able to see three dots on the top right-hand corner of the phone. Once you find that, once you have located that, tap on the three dots to open additional action items or menu items. So this is what is being done here. Tap on the three dots to open the additional items. Let's just wait here until it's done. And now you can see the different options that are found on those, on the three dots. Okay, so now what we're going to do is tap on new group. And that leads you to what this window is showing. So this is where now it's allowing us, or it's getting ready for us to create the group. And for us to create the group, we are to select who will be part of that group, right? So we go, basically what it does, it is showing you your contact list. It shows you your contact list. You can go about scrolling on the contact list to select the persons that will be part of your group. You don't have to select everyone at the first instance. You can add one or two people to create the group at first. Thereafter, you can add more people to your group. Okay, so at the beginning, if you only have a couple of people, that's fine. So once we have selected the people that will be part of our group, we then proceed to add a name for the group. Okay, so it will give us this space here to type in the name of the new group. So we go ahead and type the name of the group to continue the process us to the final creation of the new group, right? Just let me make sure that the video is running here. So there you enter the group name. And after that, look for the green check mark, right? And that is where we confirm that we have completed the creation of the new group. Right? So the green check mark there, again, to finalize the group. Right. So as soon as you do that, you'll notice that it will open your group chat. The group chat that you have created. And once that is open, you can go ahead and carry out your conversations within the group chat there. So that again, guys, is the process, or those are the steps to creating our group chat. Right? So again, example here is using an Android phone, but the application on an iPhone is pretty much similar. So the process should be similar as well. Right. Any question regarding the creating of a group chat in WhatsApp? Any clarification with regards to the process?
Process seems quite clear, but when you get into the actual creating, that's when maybe you face a problem.
Have you tried creating one?
Never tried. And I would
Okay.
have, if I had two devices, I could have been on the side trying to go through it as you speak.
Right, right. So but you will have access to the video, so you can go back to it in the event you need to get a reminder or a recap on how to go about creating the group chat.
That's definitely what I'm thinking I'll do.
Yes. Anybody else has a question?
Hello.
Yes, Miss Carol?
Yes. Ma'am, on my iPhone, when you go into the chat, you have to select the new group first? You have to press on new group first, and then you select the individuals? Or you select the individuals first and then click on new group? I have an iPhone.
If you have an iPhone, have you tried going to the chat, or do you have your iPhone with you?
Yes, I have it right. I have it open. But what I'm asking, when I go to the WhatsApp, to the chat, the WhatsApp, I am asking, it has new group. Am I supposed to click on new group and then select the people, the individuals, or select the individual first and then do the new group? Will you show it and will you show an iPhone?
No, I am not showing the iPhone. I did not get the clip for the iPhone, but if you are seeing the new group option on your phone,
Yes, ma'am.
you can use that as well.
So just select that?
Yes, once you select that, it should take you. Click on new group.
Yes, I did that.
Do you?
And then I have all the
contacts.
Yes. And then I click on whoever I want.
Correct.
And then that's it?
Yes,
That's
then
it?
it will, yes, it will just lead you to type in the name of the group
Oh,
and
okay.
finalize
All
it.
right.
But yes, that is
Okay.
exactly
All
where you go.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Sure. Okay, Miss Arzu, group broadcast. This is using which application? Are we still speaking about WhatsApp when it comes to group broadcast?
I saw it when you went to new group or something. I saw group broadcast. So I just wanted to know. I always see it, but I don't know what it is. I saw it when you were. It was under new group, I think.
The new broadcast.
Right, right.
Okay. So the broadcast is kind of like a general notification that you want to send to your contacts. Right? So say for example, why would someone use a new broadcast? I'm trying to think why someone would use a new broadcast. Take, for example, if you had changed your phone number. This is an example, right? And you want to inform your friends that you made a change of phone number. You could use the new broadcast. Now, this is not a group chat, right? This is a one-time message that will go to all your contacts. Or you can also choose the contacts that you want to send that message to. It's more of a one-time message that you want to send to specific people. A little bit different from the group chat. But the process would be similar, right? Where you select new broadcast and you will tap on the different people that you want to send the notification to. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. So as you see, there are other features on WhatsApp, and I invite you guys to try it out, test it out. The only way you're going to break your phone, I mean, I think is if you hit it with a stick or something, or if it drops and it breaks, right? But trying it out will not break it. So that would be something good for you guys to get a little bit more comfortable using the application. Okay, so we looked at creating a group call, a group chat. Now let's look at creating a group call or starting a group call. Let me move to making a group call. One moment, guys. One second, let me. Sorry, guys, my phone was ringing, so I just had to turn it off. Okay, so making a group call. What's the difference between a WhatsApp group call and, for example, the Zoom meeting that we are having at the moment? Right, because at the end of the day, we are speaking, we're having a conversation, and it's more than one person. Right, so how do we differentiate between a group call on WhatsApp and a group call or a meeting in Zoom? So just a small comparison, let's compare Zoom meetings and WhatsApp group calls, right? With WhatsApp, unfortunately, at the moment, WhatsApp only allows a group call of up to 8 people. Only 8 people are allowed to be in the group call. Now, this will help you to determine which application is best for the type of communication or the type of call or meeting you want to have with your group, right? Remember, with Zoom application, you can have a call with up to 100 people. Whilst with WhatsApp, it's only 8. It's more for smaller groups, right? On the other hand, Facebook is now allowing group calls, and Facebook allows up to 50 people to be in the group call. So again, you have different limitations, and based on those limitations, then you can determine which application is best for you to use for communication. So considering that, keeping in mind that your WhatsApp group calls can only have 8 people, and you as the host is already one of them, right? So you can invite 7 other people to your group call. So there are 2 types of group calls that you can make from WhatsApp. The first type is just a random group, right? It's you just go about adding the people to your call from your contacts list. The second type of group call that you can do via WhatsApp is making a group call from a group chat that you have created. Now, what's the difference? The difference is that chat, you already have a list of people that are part of that group. So for example, if we make a group in WhatsApp for the digital training that we're carrying out right now, it will be only us in that group. So at the time that we want to make a group call, it will be people within this group, right? Versus the other one, I can determine who will be part of that group call, even if they were not part of this cohort for the digital literacy, right? So again, keeping in mind who will be part of your group call, that will determine what group call you want to make. So in this video clip, what we're going to be looking at is carrying out a group call from a group chat. Right, so it's from a group that you have already created on WhatsApp. So I guess I will do the voiceover again in the event the audio is. Let me see. Yeah. So as you can see here, the view is the WhatsApp application. And we're looking at here again in the chats view. So this is the chat window. At the top, you'll notice that we have chats, we have status, we have calls. So we want to go to chats. Once we are on chat, what we're going to look for is the group chat that where we want to call. So in this example, we will be using this group chat at the top. Is this first one here. So we're going to assume that we want to carry out a group call from this group, okay? So we open the chat window for the group chat. So you tap on the window or the chat box, you open it. And once we have opened the group chat, you will notice on the top right-hand corner, you will see the phone icon. Okay, so the phone icon is again to initiate the group call. So once we tap on that icon, what will appear now is the list of names of people that are already part of the group. Okay. So from here, again, we can only select up to 7 people. It does not have to be 7 people. It could be 2, it could be 3, but no more than 7 people in the group call. So here we go about selecting for the group call. And then we select the phone icon to place the call. So what happens at this point, everyone who was selected for the group call will now be getting a notification on your device that a call is going on. Right? So if you are being invited to be part of the group call on your phone, a notification, right? You see a notification saying Elsie is inviting you to join a group call, something of that sort.
All right. Ano ka feel? You feel good? You feel good?
Okay, guys. So once you have placed the group call, then it's optional for the person who you invited to join the call, right? They don't have to join. They can choose to ignore the call just like any other WhatsApp call that they might have received. Okay, guys, any questions regarding making a group call? Using the group chat, right? Again, this is using the group chat. I see Miss Marge's hand is up, Mr. Rodney. You guys have any question? Please just let me know, unmute yourself and.
I have a question.
Yes, Miss Marge.
In the past, my family, we have a family group chat. And each member are at different location, different states. And I found I didn't understand anything about it, but one of the members decided that they'll get everybody on the together to it was a birthday, you know. So and I am asking now from your information. You say if you want to have you click on the various persons that you want to have this group call with. If you click on that that group that is already existed with maybe like 5 people, just that one click would then bring the 5 onto you. You don't have to go and choose them individually from your contacts, from the list.
Okay, as
That's
long
my
as
question.
it's not, as long as it's not more than 7, right? What is allowed on the
So then you just go to
Oh.
that one and you get the 5 people on.
No, Miss Marge, that's not how it works, unfortunately.
No.
Right, because it assumes that the group call can be just between, even if the group is less than 7, for example, right?
Mhm.
It can assume that maybe you just want to add 2 or 3 people to the call instead of all the 5.
Okay.
Yes, so it doesn't give
So you
you,
have to do it single.
yes,
Yeah.
Delcy,
determine.
That answers my question.
Delcy, I know I didn't raise my hand, but what Miss Marge is
Oh, Ms.
asking,
Vicky.
yes, Miss Marge is asking if she
Uh-huh.
already has the group created. If when she calls, those 5 people will get her call. And I
Like,
think you
instead
you
of
mentioned,
adding
yes,
people one by
yes.
one, that's what you're saying, right?
She already has the group created with the 5 people. So she wants to know once she like select call or whatever, that the 5 people will get the call at once and she don't need to select them one by one.
Yes. Yes, sorry, Miss Marge, I misunderstood your question.
No.
So what?
Yeah, that was what
Yeah.
I'm thinking
does-
about shortcut, no?
Yeah, that's true. If I'm not mistaken, it will just give you an option that says call group. And then it will allow you to just call the 5 people if it's 5 people in the group.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Ms. Vicky, for clarification.
You're welcome, Delcy.
Mr. Rodney, I see your hand is up as well.
Yes, I was just going to intervene on this, but you have answered it properly, because I have dealt with this sort of thing quite a bit with my family members. And normally I would just send out a text to the members of the group and say, look, I'm going to be making a call at 8 o'clock, right? So everybody just keep your phones free so that when I call, everyone can pick up and we can have our meeting now. That's how I
Okay.
used to handle it. Yeah.
Okay, great. And you've been using WhatsApp to make your group calls?
Yes, WhatsApp, right.
Okay.
Yep.
As I mentioned, as I had mentioned earlier, the Facebook now has the ability to do the group calls, right? Before, I think it was also limited to a little or to small amount of people. But with this new feature that they launched, I think sometime last year, which is the rooms, they call it messenger rooms. You can do more than just the 8 people in a group call. And the good thing about that is that although it's through Facebook Messenger, anyone can join that specific meeting, right? They don't have to have Facebook. They don't have to have a Facebook account to be able to join. But for us to host the meeting, yes, unfortunately, we need to have access to Facebook to create the meeting. Right. So again, we have for different sizes of groups. As I mentioned, WhatsApp is for a smaller group, Facebook is more for a medium-sized group, and Zoom will. Yeah, that allows for up to 100 people. Right. Okay, guys. So that's about it for making group calls on WhatsApp. So there's one more feature or 2 more features that I want to share with you on WhatsApp. Perhaps some of you have been using it, but if not, this is something very, very useful, especially for some of us who find that typing the messages are just too complicated. Maybe the keyboard is too small. Yeah, and that would be the voice messages, right? Okay, let me just get out. Okay, here you go. WhatsApp voice messaging. So what this allows us to do is to literally just record a voice message on our devices and send it to the other person. So you can have a conversation, but instead of text messages, it's just through voice recordings, right? And I found that very, very useful. Okay, so here, again, another short video clip on how to send voice messages through WhatsApp, right? And sending voice messages, again, it's applicable for whether it's through an individual chat or if you are sending a group voice message. Let me see if this one, if the audio is better.
This video demonstration is...
Sorry, guys.
Is for how to send a voice message on WhatsApp. Okay, so let's proceed with this one. So you open WhatsApp and you open the chat. You open the chat where you want to send a voice message. Okay, so in this example, the first chat will be selected. Okay, and what we look for now is this little microphone icon on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Okay, so remember, here is where it says type a message. This is where you send your message, right? On the right hand side you have the green microphone icon. So what we want to do is we want to press on that and record your voice message. By pressing, I mean you tap on it and you do not let it go, right? You do not release it just yet. So what you basically do is you press the microphone button, you record your voice message, and then once you're done with your voice message, you let it go, you release the press, and that records your message and it sends it. Okay, so let's see here how it's done. Okay, so you notice how it, let me just drag it back here again. How it sent after it was released. Okay, so there is no way that we can listen to what we sent and edit it before we send it. Okay, sorry, listen to what we recorded and edit it before we send it. So whatever it is that we record, that is what will be sent. And if you want to listen to what it is you sent, you can just press on the play icon. Let me see here. Play icon to listen to the audio. Okay, and that is how you send a voice message over WhatsApp.
Any question regarding recording audio messages via WhatsApp, guys? So the same way you send a voice message, if whoever it is you're having a conversation with sends you one as well, you just need to tap on the play icon or on the play button to listen to the audio. Okay, so that was it for voice recording. Right, very, very easy. Again, that's especially for those of us that don't like typing long messages, but don't really like the phone calls as well, or don't have time for a phone call. The audio messages are very useful for that. Okay, one last thing that we can do via WhatsApp is the searching of older messages, right? How do we go about searching for older messages in WhatsApp? Especially for, what I use it for is when they send me a piece of information that I know I will need. And well, as you know, when you start sending your chat messages, then you just develop a history of messages and they just accumulate and you get some of your important messages get lost in the conversation. So how do we go about searching older messages in WhatsApp? Because we can do that. Okay. Let me see if this one is a voiceover as well.
In this video, we will see how we can search older messages in WhatsApp. Okay, so first of all, we need to have access to the application, have access to the chat. Play the video here. So once you have accessed the chat, or where you think the message would be, or from the person you think the message would be, you select the chat from that person, and then you look at the three dots on the top right hand corner. Okay, select the three dots. Once you tap that, you will get the option that says search. Okay, once you see the option that says search, you tap on that option. So what it does now is it prompts you at the top to type in a keyword, right? Type in a keyword that you think the message was about. Okay, so in this example, we're looking for a message that had birthday in it. Okay, just birthday. So what it does, it prompts you all the results. It prompts you, the results, sorry, would be all those messages that have birthday in it. Okay, and important to note, you will see these arrows here, the up arrow and the down arrow. This allows you to navigate from one message to the other for within those messages that have birthday in it. Okay, so you'll move from this one. If this is not the message, you press either the up arrow or the down arrow to navigate those messages that meet the criteria. So let's see how this one's done. Okay, so you navigate the arrows to view the messages that fit the criteria. And that's about it. That is about it, ladies. And
Okay, guys. Yes, so that was, again, an introduction on how you can go about searching messages in WhatsApp, right? So when it comes to the WhatsApp application, guys, and we're going to look at this, if not in module 2, we're going to be looking at it in module 3, when it comes to updating your apps, right? That's very important. Updating your apps with the latest features, and most importantly, with the latest security features. That's something that we need to be aware of and understand that it's something that we will have to do eventually. So we will go through the process on how we can update these applications, right? And why I bring it up is because with these applications, sometimes they introduce new features, right? But for you to be able to access the new features, we have to have the updated versions, or the most, or the latest release of the application. Okay, so again, these applications are evolving quickly every day. So we might get some new feature launched sometime this year or next year, which will make, of course, communication much easier or more efficient than what it is at the moment. Okay, so any questions regarding these features in WhatsApp? Again, as I mentioned, WhatsApp is for communication, mostly for communication. Right? We can share other documents as well, but the main purpose is communication with other people. Miss Marge, your hand is up. Do you have a question?
Or oh, sorry, I didn't take it down.
Okay, just confirming.
I don't know how you do that. I thought it goes down automatically.
Okay, no, you would go back to where you had selected raise hand.
Uh-huh.
And then you would see lower hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
so that's
you.
moving. Sure. Miss Carol, do you have a question? Let me know. Miss Carol, or was that from before as well?
She's muted though. She's muted.
Sorry about that.
Yes, okay.
Yes, can I go ahead now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I can't find the 3 little dots on my phone.
So you are an iPhone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me see. Here. How about when you open the application? Do you see the magnifying glass or a search option?
Yes, I see it. I am looking at the search. Yes, it has a search option.
Okay, so you can use that. It does the same function. Once you select that, it will prompt you to type in a keyword or to search, to enter what it is that you want to search.
Oh, okay. All right. So then it's in there. I could put birthday or whatever I want to search.
Correct.
Okay. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so there are additional things that we're going to be looking at in WhatsApp, but that is again for another module. Right now, I just wanted to introduce the communications feature for the application. Okay. So let me just jump from this one here into Facebook. Now, Facebook is one of the first social media applications that, well, there were other social media applications. I'm not sure if you guys would have remembered, like High Five, and there was another one, I cannot really remember, but Facebook was one that was really became popular so quickly. So with Facebook, guys, I really don't want to focus on how it works, right? Because it's very user-friendly. And as I mentioned, Facebook is one of those social media apps. It really focuses on socializing aspect on the internet. So how many of you do not own a Facebook account? I think that question would have been, it's easier for me to ask. Ms. Arzu, you do not own a Facebook account. Everybody else does, right? I'm assuming everybody else does own a Facebook account. So with Facebook, Ms. Arzu, and this goes for you if at any point in time, and Ms. Eltina, Ms. Francis, sorry, if at any point in time you're interested in opening a Facebook account, I think this is something important to know as well, right? So about Facebook, some of the common terms that you would hear related to the application would be friends, right? Facebook friends. Are we Facebook friends? Can I add you as a friend? Can you accept my friend request? That's one of the common terms. Status, right? What's your Facebook status? Have you updated anything? What's going on with your life right now? Those could be considered Facebook statuses. Reactions, right? Similar to how we have the smile emoji and the clap hands and the heart. Facebook has those as well, and the choices are more than what we have here on Zoom. Right. So you also have a Facebook profile, right? So your Facebook profile is where your information is, where you basically give a little or speak a little bit about yourself. You put pictures, posts. That is what would be considered your Facebook profile. You have a Facebook timeline, right? So the timeline would be kind of like your wall where you would put different things, and timeline would include any statuses that you put, any pictures that you update, any videos that you want to post, and even any, you would be able to see what your other friends post as well. Right, so this is where you will see the timeline, the news feed, and also you can block people from accessing your Facebook profile. So again, these are some common terms that we have heard when it comes to Facebook application. But why is it important that we look at Facebook as an example for internet interaction, right? Because Facebook gives us a very good example of the importance of privacy settings, right? Facebook gives us the ability to set important settings that can protect our identity. Now, when it comes to Facebook, you're pretty much, once you create an account and you create your profile, you're pretty much putting your life out there online for other people to see, okay? And it depends, of course, how much you want to put out there, how much you want to tell people about yourself. But at the same time, Facebook gives us settings that we can manage so that we are still able to share things we want to share, but only to specific people or to perhaps specific groups, right? Because again, Facebook is one of those examples where if you don't know about the privacy settings, you could be attracting various scammers, various hackers, and people that would want to steal your identity, of course, for malicious purposes, right? So with that said, here I have 3 important settings that I really recommend, highly recommend, that if in the event you guys have not really looked into it, to take some time after the session or sometime between this week and the next to see if you can set up these security settings on your Facebook application, right? So these settings are specifically, as I listed here, who can see what you share, right? We have the ability to determine who all can see what we share on Facebook. We can also review who tagged us on Facebook, and we can also hide our friends list. Okay, so why are these settings important? Why is it important for us to, firstly, determine who can see our Facebook profile? Okay. Of all the privacy settings, this is the most important one, because this is where you determine if you want your profile to be limited to certain people or if you want it to be public, right? So the risks of having a public profile means that anyone, literally anyone, even those people that are looking for easy praise, it makes it easy for them to get your information, right? So we need to set certain privacy settings on who can see what we post online, right? And one of those, the options that we have when it comes to determining who can see our stuff is, of course, limiting it to only our Facebook friends, right? So we have to limit what we share only to our Facebook friends. Now, this is again where we need to determine who do we accept as Facebook friends? Because then again, we're posting things on Facebook, we're sharing things on Facebook, but are we just randomly accepting friend requests without really knowing who it is that we are inviting to have access to our information? Right? So again, it's important for us to be very curious about who we are accepting as friends, as Facebook friends, right? So we can determine that again in our settings. The second one, reviewing your tags. Now, what is a Facebook tag? A Facebook tag, as the name says, is kind of like a label where someone identifies you or posts your name or labels your name in one of their posts, in one of their statuses, in one of their pictures, in one of their videos, right? And why is it important for us to review the tags? Now, when you are tagged, it's because it's someone else is tagging you. So basically, you don't have control of what other people put, right? That's why anyone can tag you in a post or picture. But it's important for you to be able to review what it is they're tagging you to before you post them on your timeline or on your profile, right? Maybe it's a picture that you don't agree with, or it's a video, it's an intimate video about you and just a few family members that you don't want everybody to see. So this is where you determine again who is able to see those posts, photos, or videos, whatever you tag you on, right? And last but not least, it is important for us to have our friends list private. Why do we need to hide our friends list? Well, for one, Facebook cloning is on the rise. What is Facebook cloning? So Facebook cloning would be someone with malicious intent, because why would you create a clone of your account, right? Someone with malicious intent creating a similar account using your name, using your profile picture, and using your cover photo to create another account. So it's basically creating a clone of you, but online. So when it comes to this, what hackers are doing, they're really trying to fish your friends, not really you, right? And how do they do this? They send a friend request to your friends, and what happens? Your friends think that it's you, so they accept the friend request without knowing that it's someone that created a fake account under your name, right? So that is how they can get access to your friends list. Again, if you have it available for anyone to see. So again, we recommend that you hide your friends list to avoid these types of internet scams and ensure that you and your friends are kept secure. Okay. Any questions regarding these three privacy settings, guys? Again, as I mentioned, these are some of there are various other settings, but these are three that we can start with to develop a baseline for our security online. Mr. Rodney?
Thank you, Delcy. I think this is the biggest eye-opener for me so far. really the biggest eye opener for me so far. And you have given me some homework, because I'm definitely going to go into this and correct what I should have been doing from before. So thanks again for bringing this up. Extremely, extremely important and interesting. Another comment I want to make, I want to ask your opinion on this, is that I have noticed that some people that I know, acquaintances, have opened a Facebook account, but they do not put in their correct information. It could be they're not putting a correct name, maybe they spell it a little bit different, they put in a different birth date, etc. and whatnot. I have wondered about that, and I just was wondering if you have any comment to make about that particular practice. No?
Okay, thank you for the comment, Mr. Rodney. I appreciate the fact that you guys find this very helpful. Regarding the creation of a Facebook profile using either incorrect information, what I would recommend is think about Facebook being like your home. Would you invite someone to your house when you're not sure who that person is? Would you open the door? Right. So if you have any doubt whatsoever on an account, then it's best for you to seek clarification. If there's any other way for you to contact that person and ask him, well, you know what? I saw your friend invite. Is that your account? And if the person says yes, then at least you have verified that, right? But we need to be hesitant. We need to be curious, especially now with so much cybersecurity issues happening, so much identity theft.
Thank you very much, Delcy. I don't think that we can emphasize that enough.
Correct.
So I want to say again, you give me homework, because I'm going to straighten up my account as much as I can. No? Thanks again.
Yes. Thank you too. So what I want to show you guys is just a quick guide on how to go about looking for your settings on your Facebook profile. Again, as I mentioned, the application gives you a lot of different settings choices that you can set. Not all of them would apply to you, but as I mentioned, these three at least are the ones that we should look at first. Right? So again, what I have here are just snapshots or snippets, not necessarily videos, but just images for you to have an idea of where to find your security settings. Okay. So here I am using the mobile Facebook application, because you can also access Facebook through your computer and the view will be slightly different. Okay. But nonetheless, here for those of you who have Facebook on your phone, this is the application and you will look for, again, something that looks like the tap icon here on the right-hand corner. All right, so you would tap on that. Once you tap on that, then it will lead you to something that looks like this. And what we're looking for here is anything that says settings or privacy. Right, so here in this example, it has it as settings and privacy, right? So once we look for anything that has settings or privacy on it, we tap on that option. So in this case, we look into settings and privacy, and then what it does, it now leads us to different setting options, right? So we would go to settings here, and then you will see that the first setting is for your account itself, right? And in this case, we are looking at your personal information and your account information. We're looking at your password and security, and if there are any payments or payment method that you're using with Facebook, right? Again, as I mentioned, not all of them will apply to you. So if you have not bought anything on Facebook, then we don't really have to look into payments, right? And then it goes to preferences. And again, it will have a list of different settings, right? But the first one you are to look at is the personal and account information. This is where you have your email, you have your phone number, you might have your work information, or if you are part of the Cancer Society, this is where you can get that information and you can update any information that you have or delete any information that you don't want to share with Facebook, right? And in here is where you can determine, okay, so who can see your birthday? Who can see your phone number? Who can see your email address? So this is where you go about selecting that. Some phones as well will give you the choice to do a privacy checkup, right? And this is, like it says, is just a guided review of very important privacy and security settings. So you can use that to check these important settings. We also want to be looking at what we call profile information. If you notice at the top here, the settings has audience and visibility. Okay, and at the bottom it says control who can see your posts, your stories, and your profile. So profile information, this is one of the things where you want to look at how people find and contact you. Are they allowed to search for you via your phone number? You know, sometimes maybe I just know an email address, and if I search your email address, your profile will pop out. Are they allowed to do that? Again, it's up to you. You determine that, right? Profile and tagging. This will look at, again, reviewing any tags that your friends tag you on. Profile and tagging. And one last one is the apps and websites. Apps and websites. So these are some of the settings that are quite important for you guys to look at, review, update, if anything, to have a baseline online security. Okay, guys. And that brings me to the end of phase 1. Wow, it's been 4 intense days of information sharing and of course information gathering, because I'm learning from you guys as well. But before I end the session, guys, any questions? Just let me know.
One request, Delcy, for this particular session today, I most definitely would like to get a copy of the video recording, no?
Okay.
To help me with my homework.
Okay, I will ensure to give access to the recordings. Okay, yeah, I will ensure that, Mr. Rodney.
So Delcy, if I could ask, following on Rodney's question, you could provide access, you provide access to everybody or just upon request?
No, I will send the presentation with the video clips to Miss Rivero or Miss Pot, and
okay.
share it. I believe she will share it to everyone.
Okay, then good, because I would also like to get a copy of this of today's session. I had to miss part of it just now. Yeah, okay, thank you, very good.
Thank you. Ms. March?
I was trying to use my iPad to follow your presentation, but truthfully, from the very beginning, I missed the setting. Which setting do you click on? That I missed that, and from then I was lost.
Oh my, okay, no problem,
So,
Ms. March.
but then since you're gonna send the copy, I will surely follow it up then. No?
Right.
Because
And
it's very interesting, very, very interesting to get that part
yeah,
straight. No?
yes, definitely. This is something that as an IT, someone working in the IT field, we cannot stress it enough that it's very important and it should not be taken for granted. But yes, as I was saying, guys, I guess I can open again the invitation that Ms. Pot had shared. If you guys need individual help with looking at these settings and fixing it up and you don't have anyone to help you, the council is offering the mentor's assistance, right? You can get assistance from a mentor to reach out to you individually and help you out with not only the settings. If you have any other question regarding your devices, please feel free to reach out to the council and they will arrange something for you. Okay, guys. Will I be back for module 2? Yes. You're stuck with me. You're stuck with me for modules 2 and 3. So yes, guys. But I think you will receive final details from the council as to the dates and the time if anything changes. But so far, I think we're going to start it not next week, but the week after. Okay, so just be on the lookout for any updates from the council regarding module 2. Hey guys. It's a bittersweet moment, guys, because now next week I'll be without you. I don't think you need to re-register, Mr. Rodney, but again,
Yes, he does.
Oh, he does. Okay, sorry.
I was just going to share, you do need to register for module 2. And the reason is that we cut off at a certain point and we already have persons who are registered for module 2, even though we haven't even started as yet. So if you're interested in participating, please, you can comment right in the WhatsApp group. And what I will do is I will make note of your name since I already have your information. But you need to do it as soon as possible because like Mr. C mentioned, we're starting on the 25th of October. So we really only have a week and we already have persons who have pre-registered because we had so many requests for module 1. We can't give, we had to sort of cut off at a point. So please let me know. I will be sending you an email with the presentation like Ms. Delcy mentioned, as well as a quick evaluation of the session. And if you have any questions like Ms. Delcy mentioned, anything at all, put it right in the WhatsApp group or feel free to call me. You could call me via WhatsApp because that cell number there is my cell number. And we will personally set up with you another session just with you one-on-one with either another digital mentor, a volunteer, or with ourselves to just go over whatever it is that you want to cover. Don't feel any way if it's going to be something that's going to need an hour, that's fine. Just let us know and we will set up a time that's going to be mutually convenient, right? Like Mr. C mentioned, this is the last day, but it's Friday, it's the weekend. So you can, we will try our best to send you this information as soon as possible, and then you can review it. If you have any questions, even if we've started module 2 and you have questions about anything, I will leave this group open until the end of the month in case you all have any questions, and then we could do follow up with you, right? I
think I've covered everything else. Thank you all so much. We're extremely excited because